Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords. You join us in Eichenhau where we're going to do a significant amount of development today. I've realised, and there are a few things and adjustments that I'd like to make over in Zweiau as well, so I'm going to lay some groundwork for that as well. But today is all about developing Eichenhau a little bit further before we settle a brand new area at the end of this episode. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to head over to Zweiau and I am just going to adjust the work area of my logging camp because they really need it and I need some more lumber for the next portion of development. We're going to have them come over into this forest here and grab some stuff, get a nice big work area going there and have them get to work in that logging camp gathering some more timber for us. You can see timber storage is only at 2 and we don't have a lot to actually make any use of anything. Some of the burgage plots here, like these orchards, are going to be completely demolished and replaced with a little bit of a better layout, as well as these even the level 3 burgage plots. The vegetable gardens here are going to go as well. We are going to build some new vegetable gardens over here in this big open space because I'm looking to have my food production change a little bit. But let's head on over to Eichenhau. Now in Eichenhau we want to start pushing the population here. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to put some new roads in. So I've got a little road that I want to come up here right to the edge of the farmland there, and then it is going to go along and kind of link up with the back end of the church. So I want to have a little stubby road coming out here, and then we're going to have this road carry on along behind the farms. That's going to be something that we look at a bit later on, and then coming forward here right in there and then further along to match up with the rest of the settlement there. Now you can see here we've got a little bit of space and I would like to replant some trees and fill them in. So where is my lovely little forester's hut? I think it's over here. Should be over here somewhere. Where are you? Don't think it is here. We've got a tannery there. Forester's hut might be down here somewhere. Yes, there it is. Right, foresters. We are going to put in a couple of people to work in that forester's hut and we're going to have them reforest a small area here right behind the tavern and get that underway. We are then going to have my logging camp switch their work area into this large space here and cut down some trees because we are desperate to clear out some land, and I'm going to put another couple of people to work in there. Then we're going to start on a brand new set of burgage plots that are going to harvest some vegetables for us. And I'm going to map out the shape of these using the road tool. So these are going to be a little bit square. You might not like that, but I make the rules here, so that's what's going to happen. We're going to come down to here for this, and then we're going to go around the back there and line up with the land in that space there. And then here is going to do very much the same thing, but we're going to have it continue a little bit further down, around about here, and then match up again in that area there. Good. Right, now we're going to build some burgage. Coming in this area first, we are going to go along there, and then we're going to cut down and complete the plot there. We're going to reduce the size of it so it's just the one plot. Excellent. This is going to be a huge vegetable patch, and we're going to do the same down here, coming all the way along to there. And as you can see, this is not going to go in, and it's because I've got a little bit of road here that always causes some sort of issue, and I'm not sure why. I think it might be that this here is not cooperating. So we're going to have to come back in with a new road, and we're just going to link it up to here like that, and then come down here, and then where this burgage plot is, it's going to meet up. So I'm going to get rid of that, and we are going to come along to here, there, and then to here, and that kind of links up as well. And then I've got a bit of space there. I think this one actually ran all the way along to there, so we're going to put that back in like that, and then hopefully when I build now this is actually going to work. So we come along here and then cut into there and then all the way along there, and it is sorted. Perfect. So we get another double house there with a big vegetable patch. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to do to start this episode off. So we've got 2 big brand new vegetable gardens that are going in there, and that is actually going to allow us to demolish this one and this one. Now that is giving us probably a couple of homeless residents, which you can see there. Then we're going to demolish that one as well, just for good measure. So we do need to build another burgage plot, but that is going to happen right here as well. And what we're going to do is we're just going to run a little path coming out of here into there, and then these are going to be some smaller burgage plots that have a mixture of new houses in there with backyard extensions, and these backyard extensions are going to have the likes of your chickens and stuff in. So I'm just going to do a odd size one there. Once that's built, we'll have new chicken coops going in, and we're going to do like a little menagerie and a little mix of different plots in this space. So I want to I definitely want the backyard expansions in, so we need to make sure that we're getting them big enough to actually facilitate that. So let's go in again. No, not quite. Let's try coming along from this direction, and we'll just make it a little bit bigger, cutting into there, dropping down in size. This one doesn't actually have a backyard, so we'll have to leave that one out. We could wait until all of the excess has been cleared and come along like this. I think that might be a much better plan. So these will all have backyard expansions in. They'll be small enough and we'll make them chicken coops or something like that, but we've got to wait for that wood to be cleared. Then over here we can come in and do yet another large burgage plot. So this road here is going to continue on like this, and we'll maybe have a little bit of a curve in there. So what I want to do is I want to carry the road behind the farm all the way along, coming out the back of the windmill, and then linking up with the rest of the map. Then this road here is going to carry on all the way down like so, and just have a little bit of a curve on it that ends there. Then we should, hopefully, if we've done this right, be able to put in yet another burgage plot that goes all the way around here and matches up there. That gives us 2, but can we actually decrease that in size? We can, and we get a nice big burgage plot there. So we've got 3 large vegetable burgage plots right in there, and that is probably going to be able to sustain our settlement long term. These guys are not going to work anywhere else other than the vegetable gardens. And that should hopefully see Eichenhau really become quite prosperous. Once we get that leveled up, we're going to unlock orchardry, I think, although I was considering sheep breeding and the heavy plough because this is quite a big farming community. So we currently have 3 points unlocked. I could go for trapping and advanced skinning, but because we don't actually have a rich wild animal deposit, I don't think that's going to be the way to go. So we will have a look again at Eichenhau. We do have the option to go for sheep. We've got 3 points. We might not need these, so we could just go for heavy plough, sheep breeding and orchardry, or we could use our original plan, which was fertilization, heavy plough and sheep breeding. And I think that's probably the way to go. So maybe orchardry is not the best bet for us, especially considering we've got the fishing hole, which does bring us in a nice amount of fish at this moment in time. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best thing for us to do. We did have a salt mine down here. Sorry, it's a stone deposit. We are going to start working on that soon and get that exhausted as quickly as possible. Over in our deep mine here, we've got loads of clay that we can start working on. But I think for now, it's going to be about building these burgage plots up. We just have a quick look at our livestock because we do have a small stable here that is full up. And I think we might have had another one over here, but I'm not quite sure on that. So let's just have a quick look. Do I have another small stable anywhere? I don't believe I do. Yes, I do. We could order another ox. There we go. Right, so now 2 oxen. That should help lumber move around the settlement quite quickly. Heading on over to Zweiau, if we have a quick look, we've now got 4 units of timber, which means we could probably start planning out our new burgage plots up in this area. Now, what I want to do is I want to grab a nice little path that comes along here and links up with that area there. And this is where I'm going to start putting in some new chicken coops and giving the people that currently live here an opportunity to move somewhere else. So let's just run this road along right at the back there, and then we can put a slight curve in it to take it up nice and level with the rest of the settlement. And these backyard expansions we're probably going to have to do a little bit of a strange adjustment here, I think. So if we come up here and then to here, we can then have 1 burgage plot there, 2 houses, and put in some chicken coops, or again continue looking at getting meat. If we have a quick look, let's have a look. Surplus goods, we've got that on. There we go. Right, we've got 269 meat, so maybe we go for eggs this time. and we just try and boost the number of eggs we've got in the settlement instead of going for meat, because meat is pretty strong commodity that we've got at the moment. So if we have a quick look here, we can then add another burgage plot in that just goes up to that area, coming back on itself, and there we have it. We can drop that down in size, and that is another burgage plot. And then we put a little road coming up to here, and then going off in that direction as well. Now, that is going to be for 4 families once it's fully expanded, so we can actually demolish a couple of our new burgage plots that we only put in quite recently, so we'll just get rid. Because these orchards, we can make them much bigger, and we can actually do a much better job of these. So we're just going to demolish all of these for now. I have plenty of people who are available to work in Zweiau, so that's not going to be an issue. The other thing I want to do is go back to my industrial area, because we've got a bloomery here, we've got a large storehouse. This well, I'm wondering if we can move it, so let's just have a look at our underground water. The well, I could actually move the well over to that area there. So let's go back here, we're going to put the well there. And I don't have any other areas where there's good groundwater, so we're going to put in a few more wells though. I do have one there, and I'm going to put another one over here. It's quite far away, but it should be serviceable for some of the burgage plots over here. And then we're going to put another one just on the corner here, if it will fit in. And that just means it kind of cuts off that area there. Then we can demolish this one. And this is where we're going to start putting in a little bit more of our industry. So all of the houses here aren't going to have any backyard expansions, because what we want to do is we want to save them and convert them into the workshops. So they're going to run all the way along here. We're going to have a nice little row of houses here. It kind of stops there. And this is where a lot of our heavier industry is going to be produced. I do still want to have it come quite far along. We're going to need 16 lumber there. And this is where we can start really specializing stuff. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses. And they can all start producing the metal work and stuff that we are going to need. We only need 3 more units of lumber, so let's quickly speed this up. 14 units of lumber. 15. One more should do it. Just going to try and get it even. There we go. I think that works. And that's 16. So as soon as they move that log, which hopefully they'll do soon, we'll be able to get back to work, and we'll put those in. We're still continuing to get lumber, so that's good. Once those houses are built, the homeless people, that should disappear very quickly. I'm not quite sure why the oxen isn't going to that lumber there, because it's just the most obvious option, but we'll let them get away with that one. So it's a bit of a bitty episode this week. I think I said that last time as well, so we just have to watch out for it. But it is going to be well worth our time once we finally get it all sorted. So we're going to expand that burgage plot there. Once this one is built, in fact it is built, we're going to expand that one and this one as well. Then we are going to, once these have been expanded, we're going to go back, we're going to put back in some vegetable gardens, and then here this one is done. I think we still have some supplies there, some vegetables and more vegetables there. So where's my granary? Granary, we're going to just quickly change their work area to that space there, so they'll go and pick up those supplies just before winter comes in, and then we'll put in some new houses there. If I have a quick look, we've got 26 units of timber, so that's great, and these can actually be upgraded to level 2 right away, and that's also very useful for us. So we'll get them upgraded. Then over here, these supplies still not being taken, but it looks like somebody is on their way over now. We are going to just put in another couple of people from the granary there to grab them. Coming back over here, that is now gone, which means we can build a fresh new load of burgage plots, which is brilliant. Let's keep going up. We can go up one more, and there we have it. Get it nice and even. There we go. Build all of them, and once they go in, we'll be able to continue going on with that. Excellent. Right, coming over here, winter is fast approaching, but as you can see, things are moving pretty smoothly here in Eichenhau, and we are starting to really build things out. Now, they've all been moved finally, so our granary can now get back to its unlimited work area, and we will also, just for the sake of it, get rid of all of the people that were working in it apart from one. Coming back over to here, we'll go into this new area, along here, and we can now put in some brand new burgage plots there. I'm going to try and just get it working a little bit better. So coming down here, don't think we're going to get a backyard in there, which is a shame. So if we can just reduce that in size, no, it still doesn't work at all. Maybe we just demolish this again then, because I think we can get that working a little bit better. So let's just come along here again, just have a little bit of a look at what we can do. I'm wondering if we can go to here and then cut back across like that. That works. And then this one can be a slightly smaller one that goes along to here. Or maybe it starts here instead and then comes in. That would give us some more. So we can do that, but we've got to wait for that to be cleared. But that's fine. They'll probably use it to construct that new burgage plot. Over here we have now got these two set up, and we've got plenty of wood again. These are now being built. Got burgage plots there that are sorted, and then over here we'll come in, and again we'll go up to here. And that's actually going to give us more for chicken coops again. There we go. And then along here, our final one, which is going to kind of cut off where that well is. We'll put another little road. We don't need one because it's going to go... New road will come in here to there. The brand new burgage plot is going to go here, coming up to there and there. That's worked out pretty perfectly if you ask me. Then over here we come back to this area where we're going to be able to put in our new burgage plots that are going to be very large orchards. So we'll come up here, up to there, like that. Then coming along, round about here, like that. Oh, I'll just delete that one, that didn't go quite well. And then to here, we'll go to around about there, coming up. And we'll kind of use the logging camp here as a bit of a buffer. So it's going to go to the edge there, like that. Then, hopefully this is going to work. We can now hopefully put in a brand new burgage plot that comes all the way up to here. To there. Yeah, I think that's okay, isn't it? I wonder if we can just make that road go along a little bit further. Unless we moved the logging camp and all of the kind of area that goes with it. Let's relocate the logging camp. We'll put the logging camp down to here. Maybe there. Yes, logging camp there. That works pretty well. And then we'll run the road all the way through. And I think we're going to relocate the saw pit as well, just while we're here. We'll put the saw pit on the opposite side. And then the two charcoal burners can stay as they are. That's going to allow us to delete that road. There, that's better. Right, so while we're waiting for that to build out, we'll start a new area here. That's kind of going to curve around. Still want to create some sort of, you know, lopsided shape to it all. So we do want the roads to kind of continue on a bit of a mazy path, because I think that's just the most effective use of the space. So if we just have a little bit of a line, a little bit of a road that comes out here. So this is going to continue on all the way through. I know that much for sure. What we want to do is we want to try and line it up as best we can. So I'm just going to have this road go all the way up to the top there. And then this one is going to kind of smooth around the back to there. Good. Then we have this whole space here that we can start converting into brand new burgage plots in preparation for demolishing this area here. And it all builds up around this church. So what I want to do is I want to go here, coming out, there, and then it's going to loop or cut in like that, and then come down to here. We can go a little bit further, I think, round about there, and then it's going to cut in here. Great. Okay, and then we're probably going to do something similar in this direction. So we're going to have the road come out to here like that, and then I think that is another good space. So we'll put that off like that. And then here, I want to do a little bit of an odd one that comes out to here like that, and then here, and then here. Yes, excellent. Right, so then we'll come back in. We'll get brand new burgage made up here. That goes to there. Oh, we can't do that one yet. We'll come to here. Perfect. That's the one. And then we'll go here. Is it going to have to be along here? Oh, this might not work. Right, okay. What about there? Oh, wait. Hang on. I'm being silly. There we go. That's the one. Then down here. There. Make it nice and small down to the one. Oh. Oh, okay. The burgage plots are really strange sometimes. What about here then? Like that. And there we go. That's it. And then this one can be a really simple, straightforward one that just goes all the way up to here. We'll make this one veggies. And then now that that's been cleared, we can link up this road here. Perfect. And finish off like this. Oh, royal tax going up again. There we have it. Right, okay. We now have some lovely, well-organised burgage plots. Great. We can actually upgrade these immediately because of the amount of wood that we're bringing in. Some smaller than others, but obviously we know that those ones... Did I not get a second burgage plot in there? I don't think I did. Right, we'll demolish that. I want to see if I can actually fit in a second one. Might mean that we demolish this road here and just try and have it kind of go around the back of the sawmill. And I'll just taper the road off like that. Yeah, that works. Then we can upgrade this one. And then over here, we'll come back in and we'll have the burgage plot for this area start here. There we go, that works better. All the way down to the one, and that will do nicely. Great, okay, so we now have these all upgraded. We've got one more to go there. That is done. Then, that's going to be an orchard. This is going to be vegetables. This is going to be an orchard. This is going to be an orchard. And this one is going to be vegetables when it's built. Then we'll demolish all of these burgage plots here. Because this is all going to end up being made into one single plot. Once that's done, we're going to be able to just make a few more wholesale adjustments here in Zweiau, and that will finish off this little project. That one is now done. We can upgrade that. Once this has all been cleared, which shouldn't take too long. In fact, it is now clear. Excellent. We're going to put a road. I think this is the edge here. And that's just going to kind of come out round the side here. In fact, we'll have it continue from this one. Why not? Bit of conformity. There we go. Right, then we've got a big space there that we'll make into another orchard. So we have orchards. We have orchards. We're going to upgrade that as well to burgage level 2. That's veggies. That is an orchard. So we've got 1, 2, 3 orchards. We've got 2 that are going to be veggies. So this, by default, is more veggies. But I think I might make this one an orchard. Quite big. Let's have a look at what we can do with the shape of that, because there's still some supplies there that we can get rid of. This is going to be an orchard, I think, because it's quite large. So we've got 4 orchards there. One was an orchard. That one was veggies, wasn't it? God, I can't remember what I've put in here now. We've got an orchard. We've got another orchard. We have... No, we've got veggies. We've got another orchard. This is going to have to be vegetables, I think. I just think that's going to be the best way to do it. So we'll come all the way along here. I'm going to do this. And it's going to come to here. And that's vegetables. And then opposite... Well, next door, we're going to have one more vegetable plot that goes along to here. Yes, that'll be great. Once we get rid of that, we'll actually very quickly... I just have a look at the large storehouse and make sure that that's taking on timber. Yes, it is. We'll just change the work area for that so that they go and take that. Great. Okay, so orchards, orchards, and orchards. I'm going to make this one veggies instead. So we'll get rid of the backyard there. We'll make that into vegetables. So we've got 1, 2, 3 orchards. Nice, big-sized orchards. We're going to have vegetables there. And then once that is gone, we'll have some more vegetables. So that is going to sort all of that out. We've then got people moving into these burgage plots now. So we can actually... We're going to go with chicken coops on all of these. I don't think they're going to end up being any benefit whatsoever. But it is literally just so that I can start... getting them to the point where they are upgradable, but eventually they'll go away. We'll keep going all the way up, and then we're going to start putting in the stuff that we really need in this settlement. They're going to start importing the flax and stuff from Eichenhau, turning it into clothing and stuff, and they'll be able to trade other things out to Eichenhau. So it might well be that we trade a lot of apples to Eichenhau in exchange for some of the goods that they've grown on the farms. Our approval is currently critically low, but that is literally because of the homelessness that we've got going on here. I'm not too worried about it. It's not going to take long. Could well be. It's lack of entertainment and taxation. What's going on with my taxes here? Let's have a look. 20%. Let's get rid of the taxation because we have a lot of money in our settlement right now. And hopefully that's going to stop people leaving. Let's head on over to Eichenhau and see how things are going there. So we have all of our new burgage plots in. We're going to make all of these vegetable plots. Simply because we aren't actually going to go and do any other plots. We're not going to specialize in orchardry here. We're just going to go with the eggs that we need. I'll come over to here. We'll put in a brand new burgage plot to finish this one off. There we go. And that is going to be chickens as well. We've got plenty of money here, regional wealth, so we can make Eichenhau lots of chicken coops. And we'll let eggs be a really big producer for us as well. I mean, it's not big, but it is nice residual food coming in, and it keeps that food level nice and uniform. Well, uniform's not the right word, but you know what I mean. It keeps it consistent, and it keeps a nice bit of variation is the word I was looking for in the diet of the people here. So our approval is starting to creep back up. These supplies still haven't been moved, even though our large storehouse does have. we'll clear the work area for that. And then let's have a look. Where's my other storehouse? I do have a large storehouse somewhere else. I don't have anybody working in it yet. So we'll put one person to work in it. We'll then go to the large storehouse here. We will change the work area to just focusing on that there. In fact, let's make it even smaller. Let's go all the way down to here, and we'll just reduce it in size so that they are only targeting that little bit of wood there. Hopefully they'll now go pick that up. Food's looking good. Got 111, 109 meat, 146 vegetables, 64 berries. But these orchards, once they finally come to full production, are going to be churning out quite a bit of stuff. And I think the end of this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to once again, we'll remove everybody from their work areas and we will reset that. So once these guys get up to level 1, we'll be able to upgrade. Now at the moment we don't have enough timber to do that, but that is simply because we've got a lot going on here. We don't actually have anyone working at the logging camp, and that is simply because I moved them. And while we have it, I think Zweiau now needs to do a little bit of reforestation. So we're going to need to probably get a new logging camp set up on the other side of town, maybe facilitated by the people that are working on these egg patches and stuff, so that might be useful. We can expand the living spaces of all of these, so I think that's something we can do and do very well. But right now food's looking good, construction is the stuff that we need to work on, and that has now finished. So this large storehouse, we can get rid of the worker in that, and then we can build our final burgage plot for this episode over here, coming down to here and finishing off there. Of course, oh, we can do it. Excellent. Great. So that's done. There's no homelessness in Zweiau now. And there is no homelessness in Eichenhau. And we have our brand new vegetable gardens ready for farming. And we've also started to reforest a little bit over there as well, just to beautify the area a little bit. Great. So we're going to move their work area. Again, we're going to have them plant a little bit over here. We're going to make this area a little bit bigger, and we're going to try and get them to do all of that space there. So behind the church, the trading post is going to be a nice little row of trees, and stuff is going to start looking really good. Excellent. Now Zweiau, they are having some problems with access to goods, and I think a lot of it is going to be to do with clothing, and that is probably because a lot of my workers have now been removed from some of their spaces, like the tannery, although it doesn't look like it, so that's fine for now. I'm going to then have my foresters here start planting more trees in this space, just to replenish the forest in and around that area behind the new burgage plots. Once they're up and running, we can actually expand those living spaces, and that is done. And this is now our new look Zweiau at the end of today's episode. I think this looks much better. I think the flow in this town is going to be a lot stronger, and I think we're going to have no issues with replenishing jobs and getting people back into the workforce. It also looks a lot more uniform without being too uniform, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So these roads are looking pretty clear, and I'm quite happy with how it's all looking right now. Obviously there's a little bit more of a pattern to it, which kind of messes around with the maziness of the whole place, but it's starting to look like a proper little town now, which is really nice. And once we get a few more burgage plots in over here, which I think is going to be my next step for development, where we build a little bit more of a city centre feel to things, and try and push those burgage plots up to level 3 quite quickly. And that's going to see the charcoal kilns get pushed a little bit further out of the settlement, kind of around where the new burgage plots are. And then we're going to head on over to Eichenhau, which has a little bit more of a ramshackle feel to it, but I still think it's starting to develop really nicely. And you can see that little swathe where we go from the side where the stable is and the granary. That is going to be where we start to build up the town a little bit more, but we might leave this as a little hamlet slash fishing village with a few farms in, because it is going to be heavily farming based in this area given the fertility of the land. Now we haven't actually moved on and settled a new area, so that was my end goal for today. And if we have a look in some of our other places, what we've got access to, this has actually been captured by the enemy lord, Immerses. Ljroshtv has a rich berry deposit. It's also got salt. And we then have a rich stone deposit, which is not as rich as it might first seem. And then we have, over in Immerses, we have iron and clay rich deposits. Now that could be a nice little money maker for us. So I think it might be... Ljroshtv does give us a bit more of a strategic advantage if we were to push into Immerses here. I thought we had... Oh, sorry, Waldbrand. If we were to push into Waldbrand, I thought that was Waldbrand. Waldbrand does have a rich fishing deposit, a rich clay deposit, and has a lot of resources that are really quite close together. And I'd quite like to make that my first capture. So I think we're going to have to go and settle Eichenhau, We do have the ability to do so, so that is going to be our next step. Let's get a settlers camp up and running, and we're going to put it right over here. There's a clay deposit, a rich berry deposit, and a wild animal habitat there as well as a rich stone deposit. So the natural area for us to put this is probably around about here. I'm going to go right there on that crossroads because it gives us a little bit of a close proximity to some of our other settlements. We'll get a plentiful amount of supplies, and that is now in. So we can start settling Goldhof in our next episode. We're going to leave it as it is. I'm going to pause, and that is where we will say goodbye. So things looking really nice here. You can see our two settlements side by side there, and we have just settled a new area, which we probably won't work on right away. I'll maybe at the start of next episode get things up and running, get it a little bit semi-sustainable, but we will focus our attentions on Zweiau and Eichenhau moving forward because we've got a lot of development still yet to do. I might let this run for a year or so just to build up the resources and get those crops and stuff growing, but our main target in Zweiau next episode is going to be to get some industry up and running, producing our own weapons, bows, crossbows and things like that. And then in Zweiau, in Eichenhau, it is about expanding the town further. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Manor Lords, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.